Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. It's 10:03 a.m. We just had ISM. The news came out. Nothing happened. It was a completely dead reaction to the news. And now I'm going to watch these three sisters here, and certainly what's happening here with this breakout on the Nasdaq. Let's take a look at the S&P. Yeah, something similar here, of course. And then the Dow is range bound. I'm going to ignore the Dow for now. I'm going to watch these two. And now it's going back into the range. Okay. I'm just going to set the stage here, guys, and then I'll put you on pause and bring you back. Pause now. All right, guys, we're back. A few minutes have passed. You can see that. Let me take a look at the three sisters with you. Again, kind of a sloppy open here today, as I sent out to my group. Initially divergent with the Nasdaq heading south and the other two heading north, and now Nasdaq heading south, Dow heading north, S&P kind of in between. S&P in the middle here. All right, watching. As long as these moves are divergent like that, I'm not really too interested, especially on a day like this where big news is coming out later. This market can do some very funny and random things. Not that all price action isn't fairly random, it is from a mathematical sense. Watching NAS selling, S&P selling, Dow lagging. Let's go over to the Dow for a moment. I might have an idea here. Revising my zones. There we go. Now it's dropping to meet up with it. Dow, Nasdaq, and revise that zone as well. This becomes key because the ISM came out, the news on 10 o'clock, which was right here at the beginning of this candle, and prices have decided to go down, right? They didn't really react to the news because it was as expected, more or less. Nasdaq, S&P, Dow, .30-minute chart. Still nothing for me, guys. I'm going to pause you again. I'll bring you back. All right, guys, we're back watching the Dow now. A number of minutes have passed. I sent out some notes about how range-bound this market is to my group. Watching now, this prior candle stopped there. I'm going to sell stop, guys. Sell stop right below, and now, guys, taking a market right there, right there. I missed it on the first go around, but now in looking for a wick fill on this, I'm going to remove this support line here so you can see it very clearly. This trail was blazed on that flush down on the open, negating this for the time being. And I'm looking for this now to travel down. This is not my stop, of course. Stop is up here. This is a 1-to-1. I'm risking one to make one. For 40 points here on the Dow, guys. Risking one to make one. Just like that. And I'll explain why in a moment. I can sort of do that now. I'll take you over to the three sisters. Here's why. All three sisters broken on the 1-minute chart, by the way, broken the VWAP. and working their way down in a sequential wave downtrend. You see that there? I am short the Dow, right? I'll show this to you. So impulse down, ABC corrective up, kind of a zigzag. It's only 1 minute, so the micro scale, right? We are a double bottom here on all three of them. That's going to be a little bit of an issue trying to get through here, but if we break that, then we will hit target. But I like this reaction off the 1 1/4 standard deviation, something similar here at the S&P, and really in the no man's land here on the Dow. But again, the weakest performer, and so I'm shorting the weakest, as I've done for the last couple of days, guys. If you look at watch my videos, something very similar on at least 1 or 2 trades per day for the last I don't know, 2, 3, 4 trading days, I would say. Okay, guys, waiting now to see this. Now you will see also that the first 30-minute drove all the way down, drove all the way back, and closed undecided, closed with indecision, right in the dead center. Then flushed up on the news, the 10 o'clock news. There wasn't much of a reaction because the news came out as expected. So it was a very dead kind of reaction, which gives me information, right? The information is the news is irrelevant at this point. And once the initial flurry, 2, 3, 4, even 5 minutes is done, you can put that news out of your mind. And that's what I've done. Then it becomes an equal opportunity new game at around 10:05. The news came out at 10, right? So 9:30, the 9:30 start became irrelevant. You can ignore that candle because that was in advance of the news. All I'm really looking at is this candle. So place these two candles over here. One, move it to the left, one position. And what would you see? You would see an attempt up and then a sell-off down. And the reality is the participants this morning have been here, right, on this candle that I've just told you to delete in your mind. And so the trail has been blazed in the minds and portfolios of the actual participants today. But the structure of this candle becomes irrelevant. Hopefully that makes sense. And so we're just playing off of that wick fill to go back where these constituents, where these participants have been before, literally less than an hour ago. We'll watch this now together. Driving down, I'll take you back to the Three Sisters. I need the NASDAQ to round here, guys. That's the one that's kind of holding everything up. The S&P wants to, right? Looking like it wants to drive. There it goes. And here comes the Dow. Just checking my own platform here, making sure my orders and brackets are in the right place. There. So not doing much right now, guys. I'm going to give us a little bit of time. It is 10:34, almost 10:35 a.m. An hour and 5 minutes into the session, but only 34 minutes after the ISM news. The big news, of course, today is the interest rate decision by the Fed. Right, that'll be at 2 p.m. So in 3.5 hours or so. My target is 721, 33,721. Bear with me. Looking for 50 points on the 40 points, pardon me, on this. And not cooperating right now, but it's okay. I'm going to stay with this. We can get that NAS to round over here at VWAP. It's a critical place, right? Positioning. I've done several videos on my channel there on YouTube. You can Google VWAP playlist, and you will see the anatomy of VWAP and why this really matters so much at certain times of the day in particular. There's the NAS dropping. That'll help a little bit, potentially. Although the Dow's holding up here. This is the one that I'm short, right? Let me see if I can do something here. If I copy and paste this over. 761, is that right? Yeah, it is actually. Okay, good. So I can just move this over. It's did a little something funny there, but That's basically what I'm in right here, guys. 801 is the stop. 801, yeah, okay, good, that worked. Awesome. Now you can have the visual on the Three Sisters as well. That's helpful. Not loving that though. Not loving that at all. Stay with this. It is a very sloppy, kind of wishy-washy day here today, guys. There's no question about it. And that is often the case, but this is what I warned. I warned my group. Warned. Who might have warned? Nobody. But, I warned my group this morning that this is often what happens, and gave them my strategy. And that is to be incredibly choosy before or in between news events like right now. And this to me is being fairly choosy. Bring you back. You see what it's trying to do here, but struggling a little bit. Lots of waiting in trading, isn't there? It's the waiting game. What is it? Hurry up and wait? I agree. And watching. Very sluggish, guys, as you can see. Back to the Three Sisters. Here we go, driving down a little bit now. You see how they're all doing it at the same time, more or less? I say more or less because it's not always one for one, that's for sure. That's why we have things like disequilibrium, right, and divergence in these Three Sisters, as I call them. Need the NAS really to drop hard to be able to power this thing down in a perfect world. Watching. Being patient now, guys. Looking for that wick fill, right? First trade of the day. I sat through all of London, by the way. I was up at 1:15, 1:20 this morning, give or take. And of course, London only opens at 3, so I was up before that, but doing some work for my group, and then not taking any trades during this really sloppy, messy London. And really, I'm trying to get away from trading London these days. I'm trying to focus just on New York to get back to a more normal sleep schedule, normal life after quite a few years of trading both of those markets. Makes for very long days, and doesn't help things like relationships and having free time in the evening when you have to go to bed at a reasonable time, and you miss out on a lot. And so I've reevaluated some of those things, and you might say getting my priorities straight here later in life, but I've had a lot of fun along the way, and that's okay. Here we go, guys. Watching closely. This is the 30-minute chart, as you know. Let's take a look at that 1-minute chart. I'm going to copy and paste so you can see it on here as well. Oops, not sure what that's all about, but user error, just hit the wrong button. Looking for this to drop down now, guys. Looking for those 40 points. That's the wick fill. See down here? That's the wick that we're talking about, but this is on the 1-minute chart. This is the 30-minute chart. It's all in one candle on the 30-minute. Move this to the 2-minute chart and see if that cleans things up a little bit. It does indeed. So let's focus on that, shall we? The daily has now flipped blue, just barely. You see that up there? That's the little daily candle. Very much an inside day. Yesterday was an inside day to Friday. Actually, not true. To Thursday and Friday put together. Inside was not an inside day. It was a very big day yesterday, of course, very bearish. Was able to take 3 trades yesterday, all short. And fortunately, they all happened to be green, and it's nice when that happens. My win rate has been fairly high lately. I've been extremely choosy, as I've been telling my group, and I'm in contact with them all day long. And they can see what I'm doing and understand why I'm doing it. If you're not part of the group, I encourage you to join us. There's no charge for that. If you have a positive mental attitude and a positive attitude, if you're nice and you're kind and you're friendly, we certainly welcome you in the group. Love to have you. We're an amazing group, just a great group of people. I haven't had to ban anybody, which is apparently a first. I didn't know that. I'm new to social media. I only joined social media in October, and I've been having a blast. So, but apparently that's almost unheard of. People have been very kind to me. And one more push here, guys. One more push. May not get it here because of this little wick. Maybe I should have taken it inside a little bit, but looking for those 40 points. One more little push. We're not asking too much, are we? No, I didn't think so. Awesome. 40 points, guys. Thanks for being with me. I'm sure we'll see you a bit later. FOMC today, interest rate decision. It's going to be a big one. Appreciate your patience with me and with this whole trading thing. Although you're probably a trader and you understand that. Talk soon, guys. Click the like button if you will. It helps the algorithm. I'm sure you've heard that 1,000 times. Not for me, but for most people. I'll talk soon, guys. Take care.